Hey, I'm not using my normal camera. I'm literally just sitting here with my laptop, which is not what I'm used to. Very quickly, the reason for that is that my brother is gone with the camera because I usually use his camera. I don't really have a camera of my own. So right now I'm just using my laptop, which is also what I used for my older videos, so it's probably okay. The reason for that is that, quite frankly, I did not expect to be making this video right now. I literally got the idea like 10 minutes ago. However, there's just a few things that I really want to talk about. Today I went to see The Incredibles 2 from Pixar. First, I want to say that I really enjoyed this film. Some time has to pass until I can say like really how good it is. Because usually when I walk out of theater, it's either with a really good feeling or a really bad feeling, and only very rarely I will kind of have mixed feelings about the film. Luckily, in the case of The Incredibles 2, it was a really good feeling. So that out of the way, there's really a few things that I want to talk about. First of all, I grew up with Pixar. I grew up with Finding Nemo, Ratatouille, Up. There's more than that, but those three were definitely the most important to me, because all of them, and with most Pixar films in general, they hit me in ways that no other film could. I could definitely enjoy Disney DreamWorks, but it was never the same. It didn't feel as emotional. It didn't hit me in the way that most Pixar films did. However, after Toy Story 3, which I still really enjoyed, I grew up, and I was never one of those kids who, thought I was too old or too cool for animation films. It's just that I genuinely fell out of touch with Pixar, I guess. I still watched a few of their films. I watched Brave, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur. And while I enjoyed those films, they didn't hit me in the way that especially Finding Nemo and Up did. I could enjoy them like I enjoyed DreamWorks films, but usually I expected a bit more from Pixar, and I have not been getting that recently. Also, with the fact that Pixar is making more and more sequel films, which is usually not a thing that I really enjoy, with the exception of Toy Story, because Toy Story 3 is one of the best animation films that I've ever seen. However, other than Toy Story, I never went to see any of them. I got close to watching Finding Dory, like 2 years ago it was, but then I didn't. And the biggest reason for that is that I hadn't enjoyed most of the more recent Pixar films, but I had really good memories of Finding Nemo, and I absolutely love that film. And with me both not being a fan of sequel films and not being a fan of the more recent Pixar films, I thought it was just going to destroy my image of Finding Nemo, and I did want that, so I never went to see it. However, with The Incredibles 2, it was different. First of all, I watched the first film only once, and it was when I was really young. I remember like the main plot points, but everything in between, I don't remember any of it. Plus, I felt like The Incredibles was one of those Pixar worlds where I felt like they could really expand upon, which is something I didn't feel with Finding Nemo, for example. Because Finding Nemo, it felt like a complete story, and sure, they can add some things there, but it's not necessary, which I felt was different with The Incredibles. I felt there was definitely room for more stories there. So then The Incredibles 2 came out, and I heard a lot of really good things about it. So yesterday, my girlfriend wanted to go to the theaters with me, and I asked her, can we go to The Incredibles 2? I hadn't even seen the trailer yet until yesterday. But yeah, I guess what I want to say is I went to The Incredibles 2 I felt like I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't have too high expectations of it. However, it far exceeded my expectations. It's a great film. If you haven't seen it, go see it. That's all I can say. It's really good. However, it has received some criticism from some parents, which is something that I want to talk about. First of all, yes, there's some mild cursing. Personally, it's not really a problem. Of course, I don't have kids, so I don't know what it is like to raise a kid. But yeah, they say damn a few times. What the hell? Oh my god. And there's some parents that don't like that for an animation film. I guess what most parents don't understand is that the target audience are not like little kids. Parents will go there with like 4-year-olds, 6-year-olds. That's okay, but you need to remember that's not the target audience. The target audience is just a bit higher than that, and I can definitely see some scenes were a bit scary. I don't want to spoil anything, but basically like the villain of the film hypnotizes people and makes them do things against their will, and it can get a bit scary. There's one point where I said to my girlfriend, like, when I was a kid I would have been kind of scared by that. And then there's one more thing that I want to talk about, because it's something I really did not expect. Before The Incredibles 2, they screened, as they always do with Pixar, they screened a short film. In the case of The Incredibles 2, it was called Bao. Okay, the camera's rolling. So it's not. Unless I do this, that shall be good. Okay. I don't really even know how to start. It's always the hardest part, to get the start. I never really know how to do this shit. Okay. But let's just begin. Hey, I'm not using my normal camera. I'm literally just sitting here with my laptop, which is not what I'm used to. Very quickly, the reason for that is that I don't even really know how to say this, but I cried my eyes out. I can't really say anything about it without spoiling it, which is definitely not what what I want to do. But it's about a Chinese woman who's making like these in China. I'm not familiar with the Chinese kitchen, but she's making like, it looked like meat inside a dough ball. Like I said, I'm not familiar with Chinese kitchen, but suddenly before she eats it, it comes to life, and she starts raising it like her own child, and it starts growing up and rebelling. That sounds a bit weird, but yeah, I can't really say anything else without spoiling it. And I like I said, I cried my eyes out. And after it, I looked at my girlfriend, and she also had tears in her eyes. Like, Pixar makes a lot of really good shorts. They're either always really hilarious, or they move you in a way, and in this case it was definitely the latter. As with any film, I'll need to have some time pass until like I can give my full opinions about it. But right now, there's a lot of really good Pixar shorts, but at the moment I cannot honestly put one of them above Bao. It's so good. I'm not even ever exaggerating if I say just going to the film only for the Pixar short, it's worth that price. The whole thing in general, I have absolutely no regrets. So, if you were wondering, will I like this film? Will I go to it? Just go. It's a really good film. However, if you want to bring kids, there's some scary things in there. Make sure you know that, and make sure, they're used to that. Although now that I remember, Toy Story 3 also has some rather scary stuff in it. It's not too scary, obviously. It's still Pixar. But yeah, for like really young kids, it might be a little frightening. However, the film is great. I'm trying of a way to end this, but like I said, basically all I've been saying now, I haven't really put thought into, because I genuinely, like 20 minutes ago, I got the idea to film this. So yeah, I guess I hope to see you in another video, and bye.